Hello, Americans and other friends, subscribers around the world. Back again, man. Twice in one day. I don't usually do that because I've been told by a reliable resource that can mess up your analytics and stuff on your YouTube channel. Adjust this a little bit. But this is important enough that I really don't care about that. But so today I'm actually going to read a couple of emails. This is on the proposal for the land grab on the Payette Lake up there, in McCall. I've spent, since the last video that I did on it, when the, Wake Up Idaho video and everything, I've been emailing, writing letters, and researching, and so I got a few, I printed them off. This is a few of the responses and everything I got about Trident Holdings LLC that was trying to do, basically using our laws on the books against us to grab a hold of the, the land over here around Payette Lake and stuff. So man, I'm just going to go ahead and, this is the response I just got from one. Actually, I'm going to tell you tomorrow, and I'm actually going to put in this down below. This ain't going to have a bunch of stuff, there'll be our stores, all that stuff down there, but right below the little description of this video, I'm going to put all the links, and especially for all you Idahoans, to get on there and sign the petition against it. And also, I'm going to put the link to the other. I got so much, man, so much in my mind going on all this. But also, let's see, this is Idaho Department of Lands, that you can send them a deal against it too. So I'm going to put those down below because I had a lot of people asking, and I've actually already put, I don't know if I put it on my, I'll put it over at the Idaho Hillbilly on Facebook too, the link to the petition to sign against it. It's all, I'll read this, it's all been put on pause, and it looks, which saves me a trip going down to Boise, because the meeting was down in Boise tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, and so I was going to go attend it, in person. Well, I was debating whether I was going to attend it in person or, because I'd rather be, in person to voice my opinion and everything on it, but they're also doing it online. I will be tuning in online to make sure, but supposedly Trident Holdings has, I get all this crap in order, has recently withdrawn its request for one. Did this little hillbilly have something to do with that? I have no idea. I think it's a whole lot of people banding together and doing it without getting all crazy. This is a legal matter, because I did have some radicals. Oh, you guys should do this and do that and stand out in front of the State House with guns. And dude, wake up, man. Everybody's so ready to, holy smokes. I ain't even going into that crap. I didn't even worth even going through. You don't have to get all idiotic and push your way into places and stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to read this, the response that I've got from the Idaho Department of Lands. Put my eyeballs on here. I'm sorry I'm not able to reach out to you in person, but I want you to know your email was received. During the June 16th Land Board meeting, the Department of Lands asked and received permission to put a hold on leasing, selling, or exchanging endowment trust land in the McCall area, unless that land was already part of a previously approved action. The Land Board directed us to take a holistic look at all endowment trust lands in and around McCall, evaluating what will bring the best long-term return to the endowment beneficiaries. We'll present a timeline for the study at the Land Board meeting in July, which I think that may be tomorrow. There seems to be concern that the Department of Lands is liquidating all endowment land in the McCall area. That is not the case. The Land Board has received some proposals from private individuals offering to lease the lands, and an informal idea with no application from the company offering to exchange the land. However, everything is on hold unless previously approved to move forward. IDL, Idaho Department of Lands, will complete its own study before anything moves forward for consideration. The board has not taken action on those offers. The company mentioned above had previously requested an audience with the Land Board for a presentation. As a courtesy, the Land Board scheduled an informational item for this July 21st meeting. However, the company has recently withdrawn its request and will not be presenting this week. You're always welcome to look at the agenda. So, Trident Holdings has withdrawn from being at the meeting in the morning, but they're also going, it sounds like they're also going to be addressing other proposals on, people making offers and doing stuff on this land. I proposed and wrote to them that I propose, instead of sending it over to private and all that, I'm going to see what we have to do to try to make it move forward, but I propose that land that they say is not making money, and that's why Trident was trying to jump, and I do believe the Texas brothers in there. I still have no proof of that, but that's the way they do stuff. And you ain't gonna know they're in on it until they have it. That's just exactly how they do it, man. That's how they've done it in Montana, and that's how they've done it in Idaho in the past. And shame on them the first time, but if it happens to us again, shame on us. So we need to make sure we're watching that. But what I propose we do is, my son worked at Ponderosa State Park. I grew up, man, we put our boats in there. Ponderosa State Park, which it was a small thing back in the 70s and stuff, when I was a kid, but it was still busy. But that Ponderosa State Park, I don't know for a fact, but I would have to say, if it is not the #1 money-producing state park in Idaho, I would be very surprised. That thing is booked up all the way in advance, man. Unless you plan a trip maybe next year or something, you're not going to get a camping spot in Ponderosa State Park, and the camping spots are very limited, and then they have rental cabins. So I propose that this land that goes around outside of the border of Ponderosa all the way around the backside of the lake, I'm going up there to drive around it this week, and I'm going to find out all the boundaries, every piece of land that they're talking about. And then, according to the map, it actually comes down Warren Wagon Road, too. I grew up there, man. That is huge. And I propose that we turn the whole thing, if there's a problem with making money, I say turn it all into Idaho, or turn it all into expand Ponderosa State Park. Build more rental cabins, of course have recreational where I can still go fish my fishing holes. Our little pass for, if you're a resident of Idaho, the pass is like $10 a year or something to be able to go in there. I propose we do that, build more cabins, and have a lot more camping slots for people to be able to, to pay. You get your permit and you pay your thing to camp there. That's what I propose. I'm trying to put as many people together and legally do whatever we have to do to move that forward, instead of having private people come in and take it. And all these private people seem to come in from other states and all that, and then come in, and it's so funny, everybody wants to move to Idaho, to get away from where they're at, and then they move to Idaho and want to turn it into the same crap that they had that they left. So that's where we're at on that. So I'm going to put, like I said, there's that meeting, and then I'm not going to go down there in person because Trident Holdings is not supposed to, they said they weren't going to be there now. I'm hoping that the petitions and all the, opening everybody's eyes that this crap was going on and they didn't slide it through. I hope that's what made them, so I hope they just back off and go back under their rock and forget about it. And we need to keep our eyes open, folks, man. That's it. I'll put all the links down for the petitions, and then you can watch the meeting, and man, I will let you know of anything else, any crazy little under the table slimy deals they're trying to do to us. So, good Lord willing, creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.